Going to turn the recorder on. Now, I will be doing a presentation, also watching for questions. I don't know that we can get to all the questions. Rob normally handles that. Thank you, Paul. You're very kind. So anyway, here we go. Let me do this. If you've never read this, you should. I am not licensed or qualified to give financial advice. Any reference to money, and we're going to make some today, is purely hypothetical and would represent a simulation account for practice as someone trades. You should consult your financial advisor or people that you take financial advice from to determine whether you have risk capital that you can allocate to trade futures. We're going to talk a little bit, not much, a little bit about some patterns and stuff. Past performance is not indicative or no guarantee of future results. And you all know that, but you should. And I like to say this, if you're trying to trade with lunch money, this is going to be a very difficult task. If you have some risk capital allocated and you would like to grow it at a more rapid rate than I've ever seen possible with anything else, then this is a pretty good spot to do that. So here we go. There's this good-looking guy. We're not going to talk. Today's a little bit different, and this sort of came as I had intended to do this for just some members in the room. And it developed into something larger. This is something I've been working on the past 10 or 12 years in life, and still continue to struggle with some things and working on some things, and hopefully I'm getting better and hope to do that. But I think we all struggle from time to time. But today we're not going to talk about what to trade, but we're going to talk about how to trade better, whatever it is that you decide to trade. There are a lot of ways to do this. There are a lot of ways to move through the market and try to capture some good moves and put parts of money in our account. What we know is that any system, method, approach, anything works occasionally. Everything works occasionally, and nothing works all the time. And what this session is designed for is for the people that catch themselves going, why did I miss that signal again? Why did I not take that signal again? Why do I struggle so much to take something that I know has a 85 or 93% chance of winning? Why is it so difficult for me to be able to do the things I know I'm supposed to do? Or maybe you've caught yourself saying, you look up and you go, why am I in this trade? What in the world is going on? I can't for the life of me figure out what basis I made to do this. If you've ever bought the bottom tick in a move or sold the top tick in a move, if you've ever sold the bottom tick in a move or bought the top tick in a move, you'll know what I'm talking about. And from time to time, I think all traders have a unique ability in being able to pick the bottom and the top by taking incorrect action on the bar that changes exactly when we enter. Have you ever been in a trade and it looks like, man, this is good, this is what it's supposed to be, everything's lined up, just sort of sits there and churns around and doesn't do a whole lot, and we get frustrated or nervous or afraid or pick one, and we pull the plug. And, only to see it 5 minutes later to be 4 or 5 points in our favor. If you've ever done any of those or continue to do those, then this today is, this is what this is for. This is how we can make better decisions when we trade. And really, it's about training. I'm a trainer, I'm a golf coach, and playing competitive golf is exactly like trading. We assess information, we take in a lot of factors, we make a decision, we execute a course of action, that we have little control over the outcome. Now, tour players tend to hit the ball where they want to most of the time, and great traders tend to be on the correct side of the market most of the time, but occasionally tour players hit it in the water, and occasionally master traders have trades that don't work. So what we want to do today is simply talk about results. I want to talk about results with you for a minute, and results in your trading. I don't think I've never talked to anybody that's totally happy. I've talked to some people that made a lot of money. I mean, I'm talking about, eight figures doing this, and they still are looking for something that would give them a little more of an edge in the market. So when we talk about results, if you're happy with what you have, you can excuse yourself. You don't even need to raise your hand. This will not be, the next 25 minutes or so will be rather boring for you. If you are okay with the results, yeah, I seem to do okay, but I would like to improve it. I would like to be more consistent. And I certainly would like to be more profitable. Then hang on, I've got some ideas. This is like a smorgasbord. Not everything's going to work and apply for everybody, but there will be nuggets that you will take from this that if you work on diligently over a period of time, you will change the outcome of your trading career and change the outcome of your life. So a different result is simply just something different. It could be better. It could be worse. It could be the same kind of different, bad, good, indifferent, only in a different direction. We want improved results, but that requires a standard for comparison. And we don't want to use the standard of the last 30 minutes. Well, how's your trading? Well, let's look at a 90-day time frame. What have I done in the last 90 days, and how can I take that to another level? Consistent implies consistent action. That's real simple. I hear that every time I talk to someone. How would you improve? I always ask the same question. If you could improve your trading, how would you improve it? Well, I would like to be more consistent. And as we talk, well, what do you do when you trade? Well, I do this and this, and sometimes I do this, but I don't always do that. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. We all go through that. But that's not going to lead to consistent results. It's just not, it's impossible to take inconsistent action and have consistent results. And if you're trading live funds, you certainly want to be profitable. The good news about that, in my opinion, is that's the easy part. And we'll get to that. We have a slide dedicated to that, and we'll talk about that. Captain Obvious would say, if I want a different result, I've got to, it requires different action. I got to do something different. But why does it seem to be so hard not to get involved either early or late in a trade? Why is it so hard to change? I think everybody would admit that they want to improve something in their life, an aspect or several aspects of their lives. And all we're going to focus on today is make permanent changes in our lives and our trading. You can take this process that I'm going to talk about and apply it to any part in your life, and it works. But generally speaking, when we want different results in a task, we simply try. I should do that in green or red or something. Take a different course of action. And this leads to a different outcome. That's a conscious decision to do something different. That won't work. And we know that because we've said, no, I'm never going to do that again. And that lasts about 30 minutes for me. If I don't change the route, and we'll talk about that, I'm going to keep taking the same action over and over and over. But I think we've all admitted that we've earnestly, fervently desired a different set of results in our trading. We continue to take the same set of actions that are producing consistent but unproductive results. Now, the issue of the course of action that makes us do what we do that we shouldn't do, and we know we shouldn't do, but we do anyway, it's a lot deeper than we think or realize. We attempt to fix the problem, actions that are not leading to consistent, profitable results. We work on the wrong end of the equation. by not understanding how the decision-making process works, we're doomed to repeat the same set of actions over and over. And actually, unfortunately, we reinforce the destructive behavior. That's why people that have traded for 15 or 20 years incorrectly have a challenge to overcome some of their issues. But let's identify the process and let's find a way to make change, make our trading better. Here's the chain. I'm not going to cite all the information about how thinking manifests into reality in our lives. You've heard that. I'm not going to go down that road. But for thousands of years, writers of every venue have tried to teach us that what we think is paramount to the results we achieve in life. And it goes something like this. My results are created by my actions. Yep, I buy that, Steve. My actions are created and dictated by my beliefs. Yeah, okay. It's impossible to act inconsistent with your belief system. It's impossible. Beliefs are created and dictated by our thoughts that are infused with feelings, and feelings is the key here, and we'll talk about that, and what we accept or buy into. That's the only way to improve any behavior pattern is that the thought that led to the behavior. It's not a conscious effort to change because it doesn't work. It is a belief system fault that causes our issues. So here we go. We want results. I want good results, Steve. I want to make $100 million in the next 37 minutes, and teach me how to do that. I want great results. Well, I've got to take great actions. I want winning results. I have to take winning actions. I want consistent results. I have to take consistent actions. It can be no other way. I can't take inconsistent actions and get consistent results. So I say, okay, this is what I want to create. Then this is what I have to do to create it. Well, does that align itself with my belief system? If it doesn't, then this needs to be improved before this will change. It's impossible to consistently take actions that are not aligned with your belief system. It can't happen. There's a big grizzly bear coming. Believe I'm supposed to run away from it. It's impossible not to. Okay, feelings. We'll talk about feelings in a minute, but that's the key to the kingdom. So our thoughts infused with feelings lead to my belief system. My belief leads to my actions. My actions create a different result. If I want a different result, I have to go back, think different, feel different about it. That creates a different belief system. My actions then are dictated by my belief system. It is possible, because I have done it, and we have members in the room that have done it, it is impossible for me to act in a manner contrary to what I've trained myself to do. Now, I'm not bringing light on me. I just wasn't very good at this, and I had to train the heck out of myself. And if there is something that I'm supposed to do, I will do it if it hair lips the governor. If I am not supposed to do it, I don't care if the market's going to tank 100 points. I just can't make myself do it. Now, you may not want to trade that way, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But there are a lot of people that would like to have consistent actions so we could have reliable results. That was what I was looking for. That's what a lot of my members are looking for. And that's the program that we've put together to do this. Let's talk about feelings for a second. I want to go ahead and do that now. I'm going to hit it again in a minute. But here's how important feelings are. Let's say we're in a trade, and let's say that we tend to trade during choppy, uncertain market conditions. And because of that, the market moves up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, chop around and things like that. And it goes up 3 or 4 or 5 ticks, or, a handful of ticks, or a point or two in our favor. We need to get out of this because it's likely to chop back down. It is, and that's correct. And let's say that we've identified, we've got some pretty good targets, sometimes 12 and 15 points away that we hit. What would it be like if I took one of these and I held it all the way up or all the way down to that target? Well, here's what I hear a lot. Market goes up 2 or 3 points in my favor. Got to get my stop up. Wham, stops me out and it goes on. And the question then is, why was the stop moved, or why did you feel you needed to protect it? And here's the answer. And it's, I'm paraphrasing a little bit. Steve, I would feel like an idiot if I had a 3-point winning trade and let it come back and break even. I would feel like the worst trader in the world. I couldn't sleep I couldn't sleep at night. I couldn't live with myself. That would be the most stupid, idiotic thing I could ever think of doing, would have a trade that was a couple of points up and then give it all back. Well, guess what? You're not ever going to hold one, ever. Because you would feel like an idiot if it comes back, and you don't want to feel like an idiot because your belief system says you're not an idiot. So what do? We move it up. We get out of pain. We're uncomfortable when we're in a trade. So we get out of pain by moving our stop up. Oh, I got 4 ticks. Now we're cheering against the trade stopping. We get sick to our stomach when it takes off and runs. But anyway, the feelings are paramount to what we do. How do we fix it? In order to fix the situation, we must understand how it came into being, how it works. Now, most all decisions are made on a subconscious level, and there are people way smarter than me, and I'm not a psychologist. I was a licensed sports psychologist in North Carolina for a number of years, and that's a pretty rigorous program. And you can go read, and you can, there's not a lot of people that have studied it for very long. MIT think tank, Harvard School of Psychology, they all say about 80 to 90% of our decisions are subconscious. But here's the thing, and I don't think anybody could argue with: we cannot fix a subconscious situation consciously. It won't happen. In order to train ourselves to become winning traders, better traders, level of trust, understanding, competency, consistency, and profitability, we must identify the behavior we want to improve, change, perfect on the level of where it originates. And this is the key to the kingdom in regards to developing a winning behavior. Here's normal. When we try to improve, see if this sounds familiar. Recognize that our results are not what we would like, or not as productive. Maybe we're okay. Maybe we're managing, on some days. Today was a relatively easy day to trade. And maybe we had a really good day. Or we're not as productive as we would like to be. Okay, so I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna resolve to take different actions. And I consciously start to implement the change. I'm ready to go. I'm not gonna do that anymore. See if I can get back to there. Yep. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to, if I don't get a great signal, if I don't get a 5-star signal, I don't care what the market does. I'm not going to do it. And then the market refuses to cooperate. And I get excited and frustrated and angry and mad or anxious or whatever. You pick it. And my feelings get in the way. Oh, God, I'm not going to let it go without me. And, we go back into the same mode of behavior. We return to comfort. We revert to the old actions that we want to replace. And then we repeat this days and weeks and months and years and years and years and years and years and years and years. Well, here's the new normal. It's impossible to long-term consistently take action that are in direct conflict with your belief system. It can't happen. Your belief system controls everything. You won't do something that you think is stupid, or you've told yourself is stupid, because your belief system doesn't believe you're stupid. You'll tell yourself, what an idiot you are. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But we will not take action that's in conflict with our belief system. Do you agree? I hope you agree with that, because if you do, then all you have to do to trade any way that you want to trade, it doesn't matter. I mean, we know what to do. Yeah, most people that are here, most of y'all that are attending this have traded for a long time. You know what to do. It's just making ourselves make the right decision. That's the problem. So as a human, we do two things. We run away from pain, and we run toward pleasure. We do what we think will bring us gain and refrain from doing things that will bring us loss. So the question is, am I going to eliminate pain or add pleasure by taking or not taking this signal? And one of the questions is, why does taking a loss hurt so much less than missing a good move? And we'll come back to that. And I'm not going to spend time. That would take too long to do that. But think about that. Why does taking a loss on a trade? Well, at least I tried, Steve. I gave it a shot, baby. I thought it was going to do whatever, and it wasn't going to do it without me. Why does that hurt less than not taking the action in the same thing, watching it move 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, whatever? Why do we beat ourselves up over that when we didn't lose anything? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, but I know I do, and I've talked to probably 50 people in the past 6 months that do. Okay, in order to act or take a different course of action, to act differently, we've got to think differently. Period. End of discussion. It can be no other way. So if I want to improve what I do, it's really simple. I need to identify the correct actions that will lead to the results that I want. And that's up to the individual. Man, you've got to decide what's right, what's successful to you. That's totally up to you. And then we have to start to think in terms of becoming a different person, not trying to act differently. When the heat of the battle starts and the market starts moving around and we get excited and frustrated and anxious and nervous and all these things, you're not going to do something that's in conflict with your belief system. So if your belief system says, Steve, you're an idiot if the market moves and you're not in it, then guess what I'm going to do? I'm in. It doesn't matter what it's doing. I'm in it. Chop, 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 chop. Oh, look what a great trader I am. It went 3 points. And I don't think I'm the only one that's ever done that. Most all people try to do something different before they become someone different, and it won't work. It leads to frustration, confusion, and loss. The only way to act differently is to be different. So what's a winning trader think? You get to decide what is winning. Winning is being I'm in the market 100% of the time. I'm either long or short all the time. Okay, that's one end of the spectrum. One end of the spectrum would be, I will only take 1, 2, 3 signals a day. They have to be so very well set up that it's just inconceivable that they're not going to be successful. That's the other end. And then, whatever. Here's the issue with most traders. You really don't know. You really don't know. Am I supposed to be in there? Well, let me see. I think maybe, maybe sometimes kind of, sort of, I think. That's me. That's just me, where I came from. You may have never been through this. And if you haven't, you can't relate. So you can't rely on somebody else's concept of what winning is or what a successful trader is. You just can't do it. The responsibility is yours and yours alone. You must own it. But some traits and characteristics, I've taken surveys, I'd like to ask this. What's the number one most desirable trader characteristic of a winning trader? And I only get 3. Patient, disciplined, and consistent. That's all I get. I don't ever get anything other than that. I put in always protects his trading account. But patient, seem to be able to wait for the most opportune moment to trade. See, large traders become large by taking advantage of great situations, not by being great at trading bad situations. We'll talk more about that in a minute. I'm disciplined. I trade only exceptional signals that occur within exceptional market conditions. If you really want to skyrocket your trading results, I'm going to give you the key of the kingdom for free. I guarantee you it is. And that's a pretty sweeping statement. I don't make those very often, but I am so convinced of this, I would buy tacos for the room for a month if it were wrong. Protect your trading account. Don't expose it, unless there's a pretty good chance you're going to grow it. The more you protect and revere your trading account, the better you will trade. I don't talk about that enough. Somebody's making $500,000 a year and they throw $10,000 in an account and, try to double it in 30 days because they want to go to France on a vacation. Yeah, it's just they're going to throw stuff around and try to get lucky. If it goes away, it goes away. But if you revere and respect it, as a professional would, you got to be very careful about when you expose it to let other people try to get it. Because there's some people, and I know you know this, that are really, really good at getting into your account and taking money out. Or used to be, maybe not anymore, but used to be. We want to be consistent. In order to achieve consistent results, one must take consistent actions. That's by our great friend, Captain Obvious. Winning Thinking Part 2. Winning trader will continually remind her or himself there will be exceptional opportunities and exceptional market conditions to trade. So don't be anxious during periods of conflict in the market. It's choppy or not going anywhere. That's cool. Hang on. A winning trader knows that it's impossible to take more than the market will surrender in any given time frame. Hour, day, week, month. You can't take what it won't give, period. A winning trader is constantly looking for low-hanging fruit. Large traders become large traders by taking full advantage of great setups rather than becoming great at bad setups. Again, more of that in a minute. We take full advantage of low-hanging fruit. Winning trader has these and other important points of trader, and you either write them down that you can look at over and over and over, or they are so ingrained in you that it is who you are. Winning traders have an exact trading plan, and they've trained themselves to follow this to the T. Life rewards focus. Life punishes confusion. Period. Winning traders are not overwhelmed by too much information. Well, what do you do? Well, I do this and this and this and this. If this is this way and that's that way, and this market's here and that market's there and this reading's here and the bank stocks are doing something. Wow, that's cool. That's like brilliant, I guess. We've got a trade that wins 85% of the time. That's a red bar above a red EMA, a green bar below a blue EMA, wins 85% of the time. It doesn't matter what else is going on. Wins 85% of the time over the past year. So most people can execute simple concepts to understand. We have trouble when there's too many things to think about. Winning traders have laser-like focus. They don't answer emails or their phone, or I'm going to play backgammon or check a ball game or whatever. If you're trading, you're trading. That's hard to do for a lot of people. Hard to focus for that long for me. I have to take breaks. I can't do. I've seen some people just sit there and watch it all day long intensely, and they're really good at that. I can't. I'm just not. I can't do that. I get tired and frustrated, and I start making bad decisions. Winning traders are steadfast in their trading. They never waver due to market conditions. Winning traders are steadfast in their trading. They have a proven winning approach to trading. They believe in their system. They believe in what they do. And most importantly, they believe in themselves. One of the questions I want you to ask yourself is this: would you hire yourself to trade your account? If this was your job, your boss came in and said, it looks like we're long or short or flat or whatever. Why? And you go, well, not just sort of because of this and that. And then tomorrow he comes in and looks at the same thing and you're totally different. And you go, okay, well, yesterday you said we were long because of this. And then here we are, we're this way again. And now we're short. Why is that? We don't have a consistent course of action. I'm sure nobody here has ever done that. We don't have a plan to follow. See, once you know exactly what your trading strategy is, the rest of it you just have to train yourself to do it. And that's the easy part. Training is easy. I think it was Bunker Hunt that said becoming successful in America it's a piece of cake. Yeah, all you have to do is you have to determine exactly what you want, not generally, but exactly what you want. And in knowing that there's a price to pay, figure out what that price is and be willing to pay it. So winning in trading is real simple. You just have to know exactly what it is that you want to do. Now, your plan you have to be able to prove that it wins. Once you can prove, hey, my dog Zoe lays on her right side and we buy the market and I win 78% of the time using 3-point stop, 6-point target, whatever. And you can track that for a year and show me that wins, then that's your winning edge. Doesn't matter. If it works, if you do the same thing 20 times, what will your outcome be? Once you identify that, then training yourself to do that, just simple. Most short-term traders think that trading's about knowing the future, knowing something that can't be known. The future, you can't tell the future, period. So in order to trade the right side of your chart, you must know what all traders on the sidelines are thinking. And not only what they're thinking, what action they're going to take, not now, but in the future. Because that's what fills in the right side of the chart. And that's wrong. Short-term trading is simply about finding a mathematically, statistically proven winning edge and working that edge to your benefit. That's it. We have trades that win 85, 84. We have one signal that wins 84 over the past year. We have one that wins 85 over the past year. We have a certain market setup that turns those numbers to 93% over the past year. Now, that sounds incredible, and I thought it was. And so I studied for 4 or 5 or 6 months, and lo and behold. So, you can't tell me, that's Rob, you can't tell me that taking an 85% winning signal won't be successful. You'll never get me to buy into it. Complex, complicated tasks are difficult to be proficient at, have a great chance of failing. Simple, straightforward tasks are easy to be proficient at and have a great chance of being successful. Okay, here it is. You want to pay attention to this. You want to screenshot this. This will transform your trading career. We ask ourselves, why do some traders be able to just exceptional results, and you were here, why were you here, and yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. You make it look so easy. I hear that all the time. I pat myself on the back. For 3 years, I was training myself to do this 16 to 18 hours a day. And it's pretty simple now. We have other traders that's just as smart, talent, experience, hardworking, same indicators, same information, same room, same everything, and just get average results. And it haunted me a year before I came up with this. And here's the answer. And it is absolutely the gospel. You cannot convince me that it's not. An exceptional trader will only trade exceptional signals during exceptional market conditions. A good trader will trade good signals during good market conditions. An average trader will settle for trade average signals during pretty much any market condition. And a poor, confused, unfocused, anxious, fearful, desperate trader has never seen a signal that he or she didn't like. You will never have exceptional results. Now, you can be exceptional trader at an average signal. What kind of results are you going to get? If trader becomes exceptional at trading average signals, you're only going to be average. You're going to get average results. You're an exceptional trader, but you're getting average results. It can be no other way. Most traders that work hard fall into this category and wonder why they work for 10 or 15 or 20 years not to improve. If you trade average signals, excellent, you will get average results. Think about this. What if we could simply just be average at trading exceptional signals? Would that give us better results? And the answer is, Captain Obvious, of course it would. Exceptional traders trade only exceptional signals, because you're not going to get exceptional results from poor average signals. It can't happen. The how of getting better. Most studies of how we make decisions agree that most all decisions are reactionary based on habits that have been formed over a long period of time. And that's just by repeating actions over and over and over and over and over. Subconscious or unconscious level is where decisions are made. So we've got to get in there and change that. It's just a matter of programming. So if you do something over and 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 over, it will become comfortable. If you do this task and it is favorable, you gain or get pleasure, and you reward yourself by saying you're the greatest trader in the world. You took that signal and it didn't look like it was going to win, but it doesn't matter if it wins or not. All that matters is that you acted in a manner consistent with being an exceptional trader. And you do that long enough, guess what you become? An exceptional trader. Anybody remember G.I. Joe, garbage in, garbage out? And I'm dating myself a little bit there. See, it's impossible for anything to come out of me if it's not in me. So I've got to take the actions I want to reinforce. I take my signals. I don't take random signals. I trade during market times. We can tell you, we could have told you today on Thursday that between 11:30 and 40 and 1:30 and 2 o'clock or so is the best time to trade on Thursday. You can write that down, and next Thursday you can do that. We know that by studying the past couple of years of Thursdays. We know where the big ranges are. We know when the market's likely to move. So we take actions that I want to reinforce, and I associate immense pleasure with these. And I take actions I want to eliminate, and I associate immense pain, remorse, disgust with these actions, and repeat it until you're new you making winning decisions. I'm not going to talk about Abel and Bert at this time. I'm going to go ahead and work toward the wrap up. But I want you to think about this. We take a trade, it's on our list, it's set up the way it's supposed. We have some unique things in the Stuck Index trading room that actually indicate whether or not the market is getting ready to move or to remain in a choppy condition. So we've got a little better, we've got a huge edge, when it comes to knowing, okay, the market's getting set up, let's get ready to go to work. The market's set up and I get a signal, and it's a great signal. It's a 92% or something like that, and I take it. Well, and it doesn't work. Well, I need to reinforce positively. Man, that was a great, you made a great trade there. It didn't go in your favor. You can't help that, but you did the action that will put winning on your side 92% of the time. That's amazing. But if you do this, God, can you believe that? Why did that not work? I can't believe you took that. What an idiot you are, man. You look at those and you pass and pass and pass, and they win and win and win, and then you take one and it loses, and you're the most stupid trader I've ever seen. Now, we something like that. Talk to ourselves in that fashion. So guess what's going to happen the next time you get that signal? Man, there's no way you can pull the trigger, or you're going to pass out before you do. You will pass out before you do. Yeah, I've got time to do that. How about this? Be careful what you reinforce positively, because that's what you're going to repeat. So let's say the market starts to tank, and you don't have an entry, but you jump in there and it goes ahead 4 or 5 points like that, and you go, hey man, I'm the greatest trader in the world. I thought it was going to go down, and it went down, and I got in, and it didn't knock me out, and I'm going to pat myself on the back. I bet there are traders all over the world that didn't get that signal, or didn't have a signal, didn't get that trade, and I got it, and boy, that makes me King Kong of trading. Well, guess what's going to happen the next time the market looks like it's going to tank? Guess what's going to happen? You're going to be in there over and over and over. Now, if that's the best way to trade, if you can prove that you can win trading that way, then that's what you want to reinforce. But if you're taking action that's causing you not to be as successful as you want, then you need to put intense pain. Steve, man, you know better than that. You're an idiot for taking that trade. You know better than that. You're not supposed to do that. It was not, so even if it wins, because if you do it 20 times, if it's not 80%, you probably don't need to be trading it. Certainly if it's 73 or 4, and I'm not going to talk about those numbers. The next master trader training session I'm going to do has to do with mathematical percentages and things like that. So anyway, here's the psychology of change. Pick what you want to do and positively reinforce it. Pick what you don't want to do and negatively reinforce it, and then do it for a while. Psychologists tell us it takes 3 to 4 weeks to create or change a habit. That's about right. Biomechanics in California says it takes 350 repetitions in a golf swing drill for 2 to 3 weeks to make a change. So about 5,000 repetitions to change something in the golf swing. And it's just the way the brain's put together. So we've got to do this for a while and reinforce it for a while. But decide to take exceptional setups and signals and decide to reinforce the right kind of behavior. And before you know it, you'll be laughing at yourself, because you go, I can't take destructive behavior anymore. I can only take behavior. I can only behave in a way that is beneficial. So trading may be the most spectacular business model in the world. Pay a couple of $100 to get started. We have a signal that every time it prints, it makes $60. Win or lose, it doesn't matter, because averaging the trade over a period of time, the way we have it set up to trade, every time it prints, we make $60 a contract. So if you trade 2 or 3 or 4 contracts, whatever, a couple of $100 every time it prints. So if we get 5 of those in a day, that's $1,000. It's pretty cool. I don't know of anything else you could think about doing where you could go and get that kind of, hang on a second. I don't know anywhere else you could go and get that kind of return on what you do. So the thing about understanding about trading signals is it doesn't matter if they win or lose. We got a signal that wins, and let's say it's 80%. We got quite a few better than that, but let's say we got one that wins 80%, okay? So I win 8, lose 2. Out of 10, I'm going to net 6. So I'm going to have 6 winners every 10 trades. It doesn't matter if it wins or not, because we've tested this over the past year and it's not changing. So again, past performance is no guarantee of future results. But so anyway, trading, it's just a spectacular business model. It's not for the unprepared. It's not for the faint or weak. You've got to know what you're doing. You got to know what you want to do, and you got to work hard to do it. trading, learning to be a great trader is maybe the hardest work you'll ever do. Once you do, it is the most rewarding. It's the easiest thing that you'll ever do if you train yourself properly. Proper information training is a must in order to navigate the often unpredictable, it's not unpredictable, it's not random movements of the market. In order to succeed, you must have a tradable winning edge over the market. That's not difficult to find a winning edge. There are a lot of things that win. You just got to do them over and over and over and over. See, life in general rewards a focused, grounded, steadfast, and confident person. Tends to be hard and cruel to those who are anxious, fearful, easily swayed, double-minded, and the like. The more certain you can be about your any task at hand, the better you will be able to execute it. So find a winning strategy, train yourself to trade it. Go enjoy, have fun trading. It's a blast. When you know what you're supposed to do and you've trained yourself to do it, you know, the outcome is assured. Successful trading may be the most exciting and rewarding experience that many people will ever have in their lives, and is very doable. Simply applying a set of skills can be taught and learned, often enough, consistent, to develop a winning mindset and winning habits. If you're doing all kinds of stuff, helter-skelter here and there, well, I'm going to do this here and I'm going to do that there and I'm never going to do that again until it comes again and then I did it again and all of that, you're never going to be consistent. You're never going to develop any kind of a habit, a belief system, and habits for your decisions to come from. You're going to be all over the place. See, learn to do this. Man, you're going to be glad you did. Put in the time and effort. I've never talked to anybody that I didn't think could be a master trader. You know, it's simply a matter of deciding, okay, what is successful trading to you? It is taking one trade a day that's highly leveraged and, you know, whatever, and it's taking four to six signals. It's taking all 5-star signals. It's taking 75 trades a day, whatever it is, whatever you can prove that you can make work. It doesn't matter. There are 100 ways to do this. See, we get hung up on the what, and the what has very little to do with being successful. It's how do you trade the what that determines whether you're going to be exceptional, whether you're going to be good, whether you're going to be average, whether you're going to continue to struggle. So we want you to be exceptional because it's a lot of fun. Good fortune, good trading. Most of y'all have been to our stuff. You've seen that. We've got some phenomenal members. I want to thank the members for the input they've had and all that we've done. We are a group effort. We have a great place to come together every day, and we support each other. And we're all there for the same thing. We're all there trying to figure out how to make it through the day and take the most advantage of it with the least amount of risk that we can. And nobody's in there trying to impress other people that they're the best or they're better than anybody. It is not a competition at all. And we have some really nice success stories that have come from the room. And that's really cool. This is really not about the selling trade. That's not why we're here today. So, hey, 47 minutes. So anyway, thank you. You took some time out on a Thursday after if you trade the ES today, it's rolled, and it was really good this morning, really beautiful this morning, and pretty dadgum unsettled this afternoon. But you took time out and you came here. Congratulations. This information may change your trading career. It may not. You may be looking for something else, but at least you're looking. Hey, Renee. Hey, man, it's good to see you. Thank you. That's very kind. At least you're looking. You're looking for the answers that will help you reach your goals. And you may have got something here that's going to help you reach your goals. And you may not have. And you may look again and again and again and again. And finally, it's like, this is the thing that's going to change my trading career. So anyway, I think that's That's really, thank you very much. All the kind remarks. We like those. I'm human. We like those. So at this point, if Rob were here, I'd turn it back over to him, and he would tell you what an outstanding job I did and how he is odd to be in the same presence as me. And of course, he would not do that. But we use Rob Mitchell stuff. Rob was Robin's World Cup trading champ, was the largest E-mini trader in the world, and we use his stuff. And because of that, our job is relatively easy compared to most people. So with that, I'm going to sign off. If you have questions, support, let me put that in here, support at Index Trading Room.com. Support at StuckIndexTradingRoom.com. If you're looking for a home, if you're looking for a place to be a part of a community that supports each other and helps each other grow, and we do this kind of stuff all the time. I'm continually reading and studying and learning and trying to grow. And we have other members that bring what they know into the room. And it's really a neat place. If you're looking for a place to call home, we would love to have you come be a part of what we do. If you haven't been in a room in the past couple of months, you've not been in the room, we continue to grow. We're not a vendor room, so we're not trying to sell you a system. So we're not afraid to say, hey, look, we found this and it works better this way. We're not at all afraid to say that, and we do. So with that being said, everybody have a great, great Thursday. Have a wonderful Friday. One of the things we do in a room on Friday is this, and I'm going to suggest you do this. Friday, when you turn your computer off, go out and reward yourself. Do something, an ice cream cone. If you don't drink sodas and you want one, a Diet Coke, or that's my, it's like, I'm going to go get a Diet Coke. Yeah, we work hard. We're under some stress. We're anxious about this. We care. We're passionate about it. And if your week went great, man, awesome. If it didn't go quite as well as you did, that's most all traders in the world. But be kind to yourself. If you are kind to yourself, reinforce the right kind of behavior, figure out what it is that you want to accomplish with your trading, you can't be stopped. There will be nobody that can stop you. So y'all have a great rest of the day. Peace be the journey, and we'll see if we can help in any way. Let us know.